Welcome back to Challenging Classics, everyone. Today we're going to give the Porsche a service. So it's done 89, I think it is now, 88, something like that. It's had a couple of big long runs. It's due a service. It's had one about a year ago. Passed its MOT the other day, which was great. So now we're going to change the oil, the air filter and the pollen filter. So parts we're going to use are here. Got a MAN air filter, a Marl pollen filter, Marl oil filter, and that's just some engine flush I'm just going to run through beforehand. So first things first, we're going to warm up the engine. I'm just going to take it on a little spin down the lanes and back for 5-10 minutes, just get the engine nice and warm, and then we're going to lift it up using the ramp, and then we're going to change the oil. Now the oil I'm using is Smith & Allen. I've used this for many years in TT, as you can see in the Boxster. I've used other formulations of their oil in the Range Rover and Freelander, but this meets Porsche spec. We've even had a chat to them about it. It's considerably cheaper than your branded oil, but this is from Smith & Allen, as I say, up in Darlington, and is have been around years, probably 90 odd years. They really know what they're doing, so I really trust them as well. The formulations that they make are spot on, and lots of guys that I know on the Range Rover forum use them, and also on some of the Porsche forums, so I have no problems about putting Smith & Allen oil into the Porsche. So without further ado, let's get it out of the garage and take it for a little spin. Okay, so it's the end of September. Lovely day today. And let's get the Porsche warmed up, ready for an oil change. I like to get up to running temperature and then just let it cool a little bit, and then we'll get up on the ramp and we'll drop the oil. I'll probably leave it for an hour, but before I do that I will put the liquid moly engine flush in. Now whether this stuff's snake oil I don't know, but I've used it in every one of my oil changes for many years, and it just gets the final crud out of the engine and out of the oil, and that's the oil that's been in here for just over a year, I think it is. It's probably worth doing. Can't do any harm. I mean, I'm going to, depending on how long I keep this, I'm going to do this oil change every probably 9 months. I'm doing it now just before winter. It's going to get minimal use over winter, just mainly because the roads are going to be full of salt and it's not going to be good driving conditions. So I've got the Range Rover for the bad weather, and I'll be using that predominantly over the winter here in the UK. So that's very nice driving down the Watton Road today. Temperature's going up. We'll just take a little spin out and then we'll head back. So yeah, still pleased with the Porsche. Still driving very well. No issues as such, or no issues at all really. As you know, I've had all 4 tyres replaced. Did the handbrake for the MOT, sailed through the MOT, and one of the cleanest Porsches of this age that Adam had seen. If you look at the other video that Ian's put up regarding his 987, I probably got that wrong, put me right in the comments. He's also got a very nice Porsche, and that's just come off the back of a 2,300 mile trip around Europe, 7 countries in 7 days. And it performed impeccably, unlike Ian's driving and keeping to the speed limits. Sorry mate, had to get that in there. But anyway, that's by the by. Yeah, all good. Both Porsches are doing well. The blue one still is still languishing, and it's soon to be nearly final resting place. Parts are up for sale for that. But yeah, a sad end to what would have been a nice car. Yeah, 89,274 miles Porsche's done now. Can't remember the last mileage it was serviced at, but I'm sure it was around 88, maybe 87 and a half, so not long at all. So let's just do a loop, go down the bypass. So this is the engine flush we're going to put in. So Liquid Moly Pro line, so you can read on there, Moto Splurge engine flush. So what you do, you run the engine to operating temperature, and then you pour this stuff in and let it run for another 10 to 15 minutes. It's supposed to get rid of all the carbon deposits and flushes out all the asphalt deposits and stuff like that, reduces service life, metal services are well lubricated, blah blah blah. But I've used it a lot for my previous services, so have had good results. I don't know, is it snake oil? I don't know, you tell me. But going in here to the bit that's marked oil, funnily enough, like that, and then we'll just undo this, pull out the safety ring, and then we're just going to pour it in. And then start it up and leave it. Right. Okay, so whilst it's got the liquid moly stuff going around, just get it up in the air. I've already done the rubber bungs underneath, so let's get it elevated. Just check, make sure we don't have any issues. I think that'll probably be enough for us to get under there. Yeah, more than enough. So let's just lock it. That's locked there. And it's locked over there as well. So that's the drain plug. There's the filter. I'm going to drain it down. And then we're going to leave it for probably an hour. Also we're going to undo the cap in here and pull out the dipstick as well. So we can do that now. How long's it been now? 41. Yeah, I'm going to give it and call it there, I think. So let's put it off. Get the oil pans. first thing to do is we'll just take that out, and then we'll just remove that. So that's your oil cap and your dipstick. Right, unfortunately I missed some of that, but battery passed out on me. But as you can see, it's coming out. It's extremely clear. You can see this, and that would correspond to the amount of miles that this has done beforehand, which is not many. So we're going to let that drip down now. See if we can get this off. There we go. There we go. That's everything from the oil filler. So what we'll do is once this is finished draining, obviously I'm going to take out the old oil filter, but we will put a bit of clean oil in there just to flush out what's left. But for now, that's absolutely fine. Get that a little clean. Let that dribble in. Okay, so just moved into the office just to look at this this mild filter, which, or Mahil, however you pronounce it. So OX128/1D, that's the one. Now this wouldn't fit, so this was far too small. So it's got, yes, it's got this collar here. There's no way I'm pressing that in, because if that splits, that's going to go into the engine, and it's the same diameter the other end. So, you know, I'm not sure why, because on the mile or on the parts website, the OX128/1D is down for being okay for a Porsche 986 3.2 S. So quick chat to Adam, Bramfield Motors. Thanks again. You would have seen Adam looking over Ian's Porsche, and he also did the MOT on my 986. Has supplied me with this one. A quick chat with Adam. This is the man filter, obviously. I picked this up yesterday, and as you can see, there's a world of difference between the diameters there. And also, I think this one is slightly wider. So when I say world of difference between the diameters, I mean the diameter of the hole. But you can also see that this is very slightly different there. So this will just pop in. There won't be any problem with that one. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know, or just show you anyway. I'll put some screenshots up just so you can see this anyway. So this is going back to Parts in Motion, who have been excellent, to be fair. Told them it didn't fit, and they've said just send it straight back. I've already got the refund, I think. So again, there's a new O-ring in there for the oil canister. So let's get this on the car and top it up with oil. You can actually even see there it says Porsche, didn't notice that. And I'll try and show you this on the screen, but I don't think it's going to work. So there we can see OX128/1D, and that's the mild filter, which is that one, which should fit. But it doesn't, so I don't know what's happened there. Anyway, let's get the oil in the car. Okay, so there's the filter. We screwed that on the other night when we realised that the oil filter wasn't going to fit. So let's just whip that off. Yeah, so this is the original Bosch one. So what we'll do, give it a quick clean out. Also put in the new filter. There we go. So I push that in, and that's not going anywhere. That's as it should be. And there's the new filter. So let's put that on there. And then what we will do is just put a little bit of clean engine oil. This is the same oil, FS. Okay, let's get that screwed up. What I will do is I'm going to put a bit in there just so that it doesn't start completely dry. So not too much. Oops, a little bit too much maybe. There we go. It's dribbling down now. Just so the filter's got some in it. You can see that it's going down in there. Let's get that screwed on and put a little bit more in as well. Perfect. Right, let's get that screwed on. Now this has got a tapered start, so it should be a little bit easier. There we go. Now these only have to be done up to, I think it's 25, and it's 50 for the sump. But I always do them hand tight. Make sure there's no gap. There we go. So that's home, and I'll just give it a little. There. That will be absolutely fine. So let's get the sump back in. Sump plug, new washer. Now this has got to be, I think it's 50. Just nip it up for now. Just give everything a quick spray up there. And then a quick wipe down. Just so we know that if we've got any leaks, what's up here before is nice and clean. Alright, let's get some oil in it then. Okay, so just checking the oil capacity on this. This is the Bentley manual. And you can see, hopefully, just bend that down, oil capacity. So with filter change, which is what we've done, it's saying 8.75 litres now. Without filter change is 8.5. So we have put some oil in the filter already. So I'm going to go with 8.5 and then go from there. So let's get that topped up. Okay, so this is the oil we're using. Smith & Allen, I think I've mentioned it before, been using them for years, really good. FS5W40, and this meets Porsche A40, which is what we need for this. This canister is about 60 quid, I think, for 20 litres, and we need, as we've just said, 8.5. Meets all the performance levels for the Porsche. I mean, this is an old car, but obviously a relatively young engine, only 89,000, but this is going to be more than enough. So I'm going to decant this into either a plastic pourer, or maybe into this one that we have here, because it's going to be easier to pour then. I'm certainly not going to lift that up, because that is only going to go one way, and that means it's going to go everywhere. So let's get that ring off. And there it is. Lovely, lovely oil. Right. What I have got is one of these, which I picked up on eBay. Just makes it easier to pour. Takes a bit of time, but we are in no rush. That's nicely on there. Okay, let's use this funnel. And we'll just let that decant into there. Right, that's there now, so let's shut this off. Let it minutes that drain, and that's well, 5 litres, near enough. But what we're going to do is decant it into here in 2 litre. Right, it's just under. Okay, so let's get this this final 500 in. So we're going to have to top it up. What we will do is we'll start the engine, let it run, just follow the procedure as per the manual, and then we'll check it on the dipstick, and we'll also check it on the computer on the screen. Let's get the key. Thing to do. Make sure you've got the oil light goes off nice and quick. Okay, let's start it up. Most important thing is the oil level. Let's just see out of interest what this actually says. So 1 second. Oh, there we go. Just below 1 bar below maximum. Important thing is just to see how quickly this goes off the oil. Start her up. Straight off, so that's good. No leaks. A bit clattering. I wonder if that is the chain. Yeah, completely dry and completely dry over there, so that's good. Actually, the ticking noise seems to be coming from in here. I don't know what that is. Blue anodised plug, I'm not sure you'll be able to see that. Yeah, success, I would say. Right, the only thing left to do now is the air filter, which is sitting in there. So let this run for a bit, and then we'll check the oil. Okay, so that's the oil change done. Let's just check the oil level after putting the new oil in. The longest dipstick in the world. It's clean now, so put that in. And there we go, you can see that that's just under the maximum. So we'll take it for a spin and then we'll recheck the oil. But that is all done. So underneath we've got no leaks, which is residue from when we did the change and an old mat. I've already torqued up the sump plug and I've hand tightened the oil filter. So we should be good to go. So we just need to get it down, put all the old oil into my canister. So that's all ready to go at the dump next time I go up there. So yeah, let's get it down off the ramps. Now the only thing that was left to do would be the air filter, but this has got a K&N air filter in it apparently. Now I've not checked, so it might not be in there, who knows. But we're going to leave it for now. I might have a look at that and pop it out and just see what state this K&N filter is, because apparently they're supposed to be in there for life. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of state it's in, and if necessary we'll swap it out. I have got one ready to go in, but now let's get it down off the ramps and out for a spin, and then we'll check the oil level for the final time. There we go, that's all down. Take it out for a spin. Okay, we're back. We've just done probably 3-4 miles. Didn't record it because there's not much point really. But yeah, all good. We're up to a nice operating temperature now of 80 degrees, which is where it normally sits. So what we'll do now is we'll just let it cool down a bit, and then we'll just dip the dipstick, and we'll also use the computer that's built into this thing just to see where it thinks it's at, and if need be we'll put some more in, but I don't think it'll be too below the maximum mark. Important you don't put too much in, because if oil does go, if it do put too much oil in and it gets into the cats, then you just destroy your cats. So it's better have just slightly below maximum in my eyes. Other people may disagree with me, so put your comments in the comments below. But yeah, that's it for now, and we'll come back, check the dipstick probably in about 20 minutes or so. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes now. Let's see what the car thinks the amount of oil is in the engine, and then we'll have a quick look at the dipstick as well. So we'll look for the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's dropped a little bit. Let's go and have a look at the dipstick. Alright, how are we looking? Yeah, to me, that's pretty spot on. That's right on the lip there. So to me, that's pretty spot on. It's right on the lip, just about there. Let's dip it again. that's there. Which one to believe, the car or the dipstick? Okay, so let's have a look at this air filter. So put this into service mode. So we've got to drop the hood, lift up the clamshell, take off some interior panels, and then we should be able to see the air filter underneath here. Now this is the first time I've done this to this car. I've obviously done it on the blue one, but this one I've never done, so let's crack on with that. Better. There we go, so push them outwards just a bit. There we go. Okay. There we go, and it has indeed got a K&M filter in. It's reasonably clean actually. I know it's a bit grubby there, but yeah, no, I'm going to change that. You can see there's all oil and crap around here. So let's put that to one side. 12. Right, anyway, okay. It just goes in there. Just give this a wipe out in there. Nice and clean, and then we'll just put that in. Not gone in properly. Let's just pull that out again. Let's just check that I've got that actually in place. Yep, that's all sealed. Just a bit tight. There we go. That's in. Beautiful. Right. We can put that one in there now and make a decision whether we're going to keep it, because these things aren't cheap. They're about 50 quid. I know you can clean them, and when you clean them you're supposed to do it in oil. So I'll make a decision on that. The next thing to check is this, and I think you just do this when the engine's cold actually, the power steering. Ah, there we go. I haven't lost all my strength. Right. Colour is it first? Right, so the mark it's got to get to is hot. Okay, it's just below there. Now this isn't hot, obviously. It's nice and clean. She'll have to read up. Oh, now you check this. Okay, it's got cold on the other side. How clever. So cold, hot is up the top there, and cold doesn't actually say. Oh, cold's at the bottom there. Right, okay, so if I just scrub that again, and I can just show you. So you can see there, you've got the cold mark at the bottom there. So if I just poke that in, and take it out. Yeah, you can see there that it is on the bottom. So maybe a little bit too much, but hey, I'm sure that's going to be absolutely fine. So that's it. That's the last of the servicing stuff done. And the filter, oil, air filter, new oil, and we've checked the power steering, new pollen filter. So for this video, that's it for now. Okay, so that's the last of this little mini service on the 986 Boxster S. We've done the oil, the air filter, the pollen filter, fresh oil. Obviously, we've checked the power steering fluid, and we've also replaced the K&M filter with a standard man filter, and make a decision about whether we're going to put that in after cleaning it again. But for now, I had the part, so I wanted to keep it standard and put it back in. All ready to button this up now, but thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe and share, and see you in the next one. Well, it's going to be quite an interesting vehicle in the next one. It's now a new one for the channel, so stay tuned. Thank you very much, and cheerio for now.